So step one for the pizza making, I have cut out parchment paper approximately 15 inches square. I have here a 12-inch ring, and what I did was I just put it down on the paper, and using a marker I just made an outline so that it's 12 inches. And what I've done is I've marked 4 sheets of paper for 4 pizzas later on. So when you mark the paper with a marker, just turn it upside down when you bake it, and that way when you put your dough on it, it's not touching the ink. And the other thing is, when you put the pizza dough on the paper, you can size it, you can stretch it out to get it to your 12-inch size. And the other thing about it is you can put your peel underneath and you can slide it in and out of the oven very easily. It gives you great control without the pizza dough sticking to the peel. So you get a perfectly shaped pizza every time. So this is the first stage, and I'll go through the process of the pizza later on. Okay, stage 2 for the pizza. I'm just going to prepare the buffalo mozzarella, and I'm going to air dry it overnight. So I've just got 2 pieces of buffalo mozzarella. They're roughly 125 grams each. And what I've done is I've just dried them off using a tea towel or kitchen paper. So you can see the skin is nice and dry. So I'm just going to cut through them, and I'm going to cut them into little sections here. These are going to go on the pizza. But I want to air dry them because the water content is quite high. And you get a lot of water leaking out onto the pizza when we bake it tomorrow. So that's one. And this is the second one. So just cut them into pieces. They're about 3 mils, I suppose, wide, roughly 3 to 4 mils wide. And I'm just going to lay them flat in on a tea towel or a cheesecloth. I'm going to leave them in the fridge for 2 days, just so that they can dry out, and they'll make a really spectacular pizza. So here I just have my tea towel, clean tea towel, and I'm just going to spread out the pieces of buffalo mozzarella here. So literally just put them down facing up and cover them and put them back into the fridge then, and they'll dry out really nice, and you'll have a really nice flavored cheese with slightly less water than if you do it from fresh. So you simply just fold the cloth over and put that into the fridge. Okay, so we're going to make the pizza sauce. So I've got 2 tins of San Marzano plum tomatoes here. They're kind of a long shape, and this is the pulp. So the tin is 400 grams and the drained weight is approximately 240 grams. So I'm literally just going to empty the cans and just leave them sit there to drain. We can use the liquid that drains out and put it into pasta sauce. So you can just hear it running out. So I'm going to try and dry it out as much as possible to get as much of the water out of it. So I'm going to leave it there to drain for approximately 15-20 minutes. Okay, I'm preparing 1 clove of garlic to go into the sauce. So I'm just going to slice it very finely into tiny little cubes. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on top of the garlic. And then using the flat of the blade, I'm just going to crush it. You can see it just turns into a juice. And just helps to make a pulp out of the garlic. And adds a beautiful flavour to a pizza sauce. So you can see my tomato is still draining there. So I'm just going to put the garlic in on top, and what I'll do is I'm going to add some other ingredients to it. I'm going to add a little bit of oregano and a little bit of olive oil. And then using a stick blender, I'm just going to reduce it down so the particle size is quite small. So as you can see, there's lots of lumps, nice lumps of tomato in this. So just leave it drain for another few minutes and we'll make the sauce. I'll come back. So I've left the tomato sauce drain for about 20-25 minutes, and it's quite, you can see there's quite a lot of liquid in it, so it's good to get all of that out. You don't want that on your pizza, you just want the pulp. So I'm just going to plant that into another bowl. So we've got the garlic in there, we've got a little pinch of salt. I'm going to use some dried oregano, and I have some olive oil here. So just a little sprinkle. So I'm just going to add a few basil leaves as well. Just a few to give it a little bit of flavour. Then I'm going to take an immersion blender or a stick blender. I'm just going to reduce it down, blend it down together. So as I was reducing it down there, you can get all the beautiful aromas from the fresh basil being broken down, the garlic, the tomato. So the pizza sauce is going to be absolutely beautiful. So you can leave it aside. It'll last for about a week in a fridge if you keep it there. The best thing to do is to let it marinate for a little bit. Overnight is good. If you need to use it the same day, that's okay too. So a really handy way of cleaning your immersion blender is just a bowl of water. And you can see that the immersion blender cleans really well. Very simple trick, easy to do. Okay, the next stage of the pizza is I had taken the pizza dough pieces out and I've left them for about a half an hour to gas and to come back up to room temperature from the fridge. What's very important is that you then flour them, so I'm putting them into a nice bowl of flour and I'm flouring them on both sides so that they're not sticky and they'll be nice and easy to handle. So I'm just swirling around the pizza dough because there is still a bit of oil on them from being in the fridge overnight. So you can see we've 3 nice little balls of pizza dough there. So I'm just going to angle the camera back in here. I'm going to take one of the dough pieces into my hand and I'm just going to push down the center with my knuckles. So this pizza dough is about 350 grams. It's not about, it's 350 grams. So I'm just going to pick it up and I'm just going to thread it through my finger and thumb just to elongate it a little bit. We see how we're going there. So then I'm going to put my knuckles in underneath. So if you can see that, I'm putting my knuckles underneath and I'm rotating the pizza on my hands to extend it out. And we'll just have a look at the progress. So it's looking pretty good. It's almost out at the 12 inches I need it to be. So I'm going to put it back up on the back of my hands again. I'm just going to twist and just allow gravity to pull the pizza dough down. There we go again. So you can see we have a nice thin center. So next I'm going to take the parchment paper that I had prepared in advance. And I'm just going to show you how this works. It makes for getting the size really good. So I'm just going to pull the pizza onto the parchment paper and I'm going to put the circle down so you can see. You can actually see the circle there and you can pull your pizza in. And then just around the edge, if you want to with your fingers, you can just press down. Just going to press it down there and rotate it. So you can see as I rotate it, I'm just teasing the pizza out to the edge. I'm creating a lip. You can see it's retaining a nice round shape, which is what I wanted to do. So the next stage is I'm going to put on the pizza sauce. So I have a small ladle here with my pizza sauce. I'm just going to ladle on the pizza sauce into the center. And then with a rotating motion, I'm just going to rotate here, a swirling motion. Just going to spread the sauce nice and evenly out to the edge. You can see it there. That's perfect. So this is going to be a pizza margherita. Classic pizza margherita. So remember that yesterday I air dried the mozzarella in the fridge. So again, we're going to have 8 slices roughly. So I'm going to garnish it using the compass north, south, east, west. So I'm just going to put these guys in the middle just to balance it out, so that each slice is going to have a nice piece of mozzarella in it. We'll add a little bit in extra as a bonus. So I have a lovely basil plant here, and I'm just going to take a few leaves from it just to garnish it. So I'll put about 6 or 8 leaves on it, and it adds a lot of really nice colour. And this is just a real classic pizza margherita. So we'll pop that in the oven and see how we get on. So this one is going to be a pepperoni pizza. So the dough's been on the table for a minute or two. I'm just going to flour it again. And you can see it's about 6 inches wide. So I'm just going to punch it and then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Punch it in the center, rotate it 90 degrees, punch it again, and one more time. So then I'm just going to take it up and I'm just going to swirl it between my fingers and my thumb to create an edge. Put it down again. So you may notice little brown specks. This is a sourdough pizza and it's made with a certain amount of wholemeal flour. So again, I'm going to just slip my hand underneath the pizza dough, and I'm going to just make a little fist and rotate the pizza dough over the backs of my hand to stretch it out into shape. And just see how we're doing. So that's looking pretty good. Just zoom it out. There we go. So just do it again. Just rotate it to get it nice and thin. That's looking good. So again, I'm going to get my peel and my parchment paper. And I know it's not traditionalist to put the pizza dough on parchment paper, but what I find about it is it gives you very good control. And I'll just show you now. So I'm going to pick up the pizza dough. I'm going to put it on the parchment paper. You can see the circle that we have there, that we've made, and it's actually the size of the pizza peel. So most pizza peels are around 12 inches. So I'm just shaping that out, pushing it out, and you can see it's nice and airy. There's bubbles formed there on the end. So again, with my fingers, I'm just going to push the edge out to create a lip. And you can do it on the parchment, and you can do it on the peel. So I'll just put it all back on the peel again. So you can see it there. And I'll just start here and rotate it. So I'm just making it a lip. And you can just position it, you can get a really nice round shape. So again, I'm just going to get the ladle. So the ladle is about 85 grams of pizza sauce. I'm just swirling the pizza sauce, bringing it out to the edge, but not over the edge. So we just get the pizza sauce out to the very edge. And this pizza I'm going to make using grated mozzarella. So I have grated mozzarella here. My daughter Sophie really likes the grated mozzarella, so it's just slightly different to the buffalo mozzarella that I used on the margherita pizza. And again, I'm using about 100 grams, 110 grams of the grated mozzarella. And then I'm going to apply the pepperoni. So I'm going to use the points of the compass again. So we're going to use the idea north, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. And then I'm going to put just one little piece of pepperoni then in. The whole idea is the 8 slices should have 3 pieces of pepperoni on each slice roughly, and the bonus piece in the center. So there we go. That's the classic pepperoni pizza. So I'm using wooden boards that I've cut to the size of the opening of my oven, and it just makes transferring them into the pizza stone very easy. So I'm literally just going to hold it at an angle and slide. And if you can zoom in there on it, you can just see how easily it sits on the oven sole. So we're going to wing the pepperoni the same. And on the bottom we're going to put the salami. So here's our beautiful margherita pizza. I just put some cherry tomatoes on it before I put it in the oven. And we're literally just going to cut again, as I said before. North, south, east, west. That gives you 4 nice pieces. And then you just go down the middle. And you end up 8 beautiful slices. So I'm just going to slide it on the plate. There you go. Do the same for the salami pizza. Slide it. So we put north, south. And then just halfway between. So that gives 8 beautiful slices of pizza. Very quick and very easy. That's 2. Do the same with the pepperoni pizza. That, my friends, is how I make sourdough pizza. I hope you'll enjoy it.